Hello everyone, this is Henrique from GOIAS. I hope you are doing alright, making new music, feeling creative and enjoying yourself. Here for a quick sample breakdown of one of the samples on GOIAS Volume 5, available in our website, link in the description. Let's first hear the sample, and then we're going to talk about the processing and the thoughts about it. Let's go. So that's it. Really nice vibe, a little bit darkish. So it started with acoustic guitar that I recorded in 2020, in the beginning of the pandemic. Literally a live take. I just played these chords throughout. And then after these first guitar chords, I played basically a guitar improvisation over the progression that I played on the first guitar. For the processing in both tracks, I used this preset from Effect Rec Sound Toys, Basic Vintage Punch. Basic gives a little bit more punch and vintage vibe to the guitars. I used J37, tape emulation, and Viola Room to place the guitars in the room and to just make it sound better. This second guitar that we are listening, I also the EQ just to make it a little bit more tucked in the mix, and also here in the volume, and also use the S1 and place it a bit so the imaging more to the left, so it makes you feel like there's a second guitarist playing with the first guitar, but more to the left. So that was it. In the acoustic guitar group, I used the LA2A tube compression emulation, Lala, by Analog Obsession. I really recommend everyone to check them out. Amazing independent developer, cool stuff, and for free. Gives a little bit more presence to the guitars and warmth. Then RC20, a little bit more wobble and saturation. This is a Minter Foundry preset. I also recommend you guys go cop that. Then some EQ and another EQ, maybe taking out some of the lows and this frequency that I didn't like. So this was the guitars. Then the next thing that I did was the piano chords. I played them in the keyscape. For the processing on the keys, I used the EQ API 560 compressor, Wolf compressor to do a little bit of parallel compression. RC20 again, just to give it a little more wobble and saturation. Viola Room again, and the Pro and the EQ again, taking out some of the lows and a bit of the ice. Then the next thing that I recorded came up with was the string section from Omnisphere, I believe. Yeah, Omnisphere. So for the strings, a preset from Polyphonic, RC20, then Valo Room again, and EQ. One thing that I love about this part is, I don't know if you noticed, but around this area on the main guitar chords, I recorded with my microphone in my bedroom in London, and you can hear the sound, the ambience from outside, from the street. There's a motorcycle, and it ended up giving such a dark feeling to the sample, and it kind of feels like two guitar players and the pianist and the strings are playing in the same room, close to the street. So let me show you. You see here, you listen, you can hear the motorcycle, the street noise from outside, and it just sounds alright, everything together. So this was already nice. It was the only 4 layers that I did for the sample, but because I enjoyed so much the piano, I decided to place them in the beginning and do the intro of the sample, and also record some vocals. So that's what I did. These vocals I recorded with my phone. I just recorded one take, and then I copied 2 more layers and used Little Alter Boy to do a little bit of form and shift. So this was the vibe that we came up with. Really nice intro, then goes into the next session with the guitars. In the Vox I used again these 2 plugins to preamps from Analog Obsession. Just gives more presence and warmth. It just sounds nice. Makes the vocal sound so nice. I use this rack from Wall Loops. I use the magnetite tape emulation from Black Rooster Audio. Then some EQ, some phone effect EQ. Use the cassette as well, and a bit of shaper box, doing a bit of panning, filter, and a bit of side chaining. So this was the processing for the vocals. Also, to get a little bit more bounce and vibe to the intro, to the sample, I used the Perc. So yeah, cassette, spring reverb, Valo Room, and EQ again. A little bit tucked in behind in the mix, and pan to the left a bit. What is doing the delay? It's so I grouped every track into the same group, and what's doing the delay is this Echo Boy Junior preset from Minta Foundry again, amazing. And I just tweaked it just a little bit, around 7%, which gives this repetition. If I take it out, you just listen the reverb that's on a track. But like this, you can hear the repetition. So that was it. To end, I recorded the whole sample using this effect from Kill September, amazing. Presets for effect rack from Sound Toys, amazing. So I just recorded this at 100%, which sounds like this. So I recorded this, resample it, and it's ending up, it's this track right here. I use the EQ, kickstart to do a little bit of side chaining, and shaper box in this intro, a little bit of side chaining again, and a little bit of filtering. So yeah, so then tucked in behind the mix, so just gives a little bit more ambience and texture to the sample. So without this, it sounds a bit empty. It's nice, but it's a bit empty. But with this layer, gives a little bit more vibe, more texture. Yeah, so basically that was it. For the mastering, I used a little bit of mid-side EQing, took out from the sides a bit of the lows and boosted the highs, giving a little bit more clarity. Gullfoss EQ, doing its thing. I used the Fairchild compression, just to do a little bit of mastering, glues everything together. It's almost doing anything, but gives a little bit more warmth as well. I didn't use this one, it's disabled, the SSL compression. The utility gain, I don't know, I just took out 1 dB of gain, use the Kramer tape emulation, then have a limiter, but I know it is not doing basically anything. And then I have this just to when I'm mixing and do the mastering of the sample, I tend to go for minus 15 LUFs. Yeah, and that's it. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you so much for tuning in. I intend to do more sample breakdowns from now on. Yeah, please, if you like this breakdown, if you feel inspired to do your music or samples, please leave a comment, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, is going to help us a lot. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. See you soon.